As a comic, always working on the road, I had to decide between motherhood and living my fullest life, and I chose the latter. So this is a little fuck y'all, because you can't be a woman without sacrifice, and that's a fact check. This is a quote that Sarah Silverman gave to the media a few weeks ago on Twitter. And I love her because she's so unapologetically herself, and she doesn't even realize, to me, at least someone like me, how profound her words are. She is what some would label as a big-mouthed woman and a larger-than-life personality. And that's who I want to be. That's who I want to encourage you to be. And when I heard this quote on the news, like the Today Show, a few weeks ago, it was around like February, late February, it stuck in my brain. Obviously, it's stuck in my brain for someone like me who struggles with infertility because she's commenting on motherhood. So for those that don't know me, my name is Shannon Wooten. I am a lifestyle infertility coach. I help women struggling with symptoms related to infertility and who feel like aliens in their body, looking for a way to cope with the what now. So how did Sarah Silverman do a Jedi mind trick on me? This quote has been living with me and reverberating in my mind for the last several weeks. And when I took the opportunity today on Women's Day, Women's Wednesday Day, I thought I would rather do a shout out to all my bitches. And if that offends you, I'm sorry. That's how I speak. If you're listening, you're my bitches. So I wanted to do a shout out and really highlight some important elements that I think she pulls out in threads throughout this quote that she put on blast on Twitter about her life. So the first is, stop believing the hype. Women do not have to behave a certain way to be effeminate. This is something that I fell into with my infertility. I thought that whether I had a baby in my life, that was something that was going to make me feminine. And the fact that I didn't, I became disassociated from my body. I couldn't identify with my femininity. I didn't feel attractive. I didn't feel like a woman. And I feel like in her quote, she's hugely identifying that we as women need to stop believing that whether or not we're mothers or not mothers by choice or by happenstance, if you're like me with infertility, that does not define your femininity. Next is, so what if you're perceived as bossy in the pursuit of your life? I would think, I would hope, that most everybody would agree that you need to go after your life ferociously. You need to pursue living a happy life ferociously. Now, if you've watched any of my Life with Shannon videos, you know I think it's complete bullshit that people say you're going to be happy all the time. You're not going to be happy all the time. You have more than one emotion in your arsenal: happiness, sadness, fear, anxiety, depression, all of these things. So it can't be possible that you're just going to pick out happiness every single day and put that on like a suit. It's not possible. And if in the process you are ferocious in the pursuit of your happiest life, because we do still want to be happy, somebody along the way decides that you're a loudmouth and you're bossy, that's on them. That's not on you. One of the things I always say to people is if somebody assigns something to you, you're too bossy, you're too depressing, you're too uppity, that's on that person. That's their perception of you. It does not need to be yours. Next is, and I get this a lot from my husband and from my brothers, is that you can say as many crass swear word type things as you want and still be completely intelligent. Last night I was reading my Thug Kitchen cookbook, which I love so much, thanks to my sister Natalie, shout out, I love you. And in Thug Kitchen, it's a great book. It tells you about the property of food. It tells you about the value of food. It tells you about food that you probably never even considered before and how to make it so it tastes like completely awesome. But in the process of the book, and it's a book, so that's an accomplishment, there are a whole slew of swear words. To me, this does not devalue the book. And it should not devalue how you feel about yourself as well. Your personality is yours. I happen to use all of the swear words. I like them. They're very colorful and they fit my repertoire just fine. And that does not diminish your intelligence if you are the type of person that has a larger than life personality and every now and again likes to say fuck. Also, Also, having moments of sadness or feelings about failure is not a sign of weakness. This really irritates me. When I hear people say, oh, she's having an emotional moment, she's having an emotional response, and identifies that with our gender, nothing pisses me off more than that. We, as people, as I said before, have several emotions in our arsenal. Happy is not the only emotion in your arsenal. Sadness, depression, anxiety, fear, elation, ecstasy. There's so many different identifications to an emotion that you may have. And what I cannot stand is when people say that because a woman is passionate about something, it somehow has something to do or equate with her vagina. Your vagina does not give you your assignment of emotion. Sure, an orgasm is a great emotion, but your vagina does not tell you that you are going to be sad any more than a man's penis is going to tell him that he's going to be happy. Furthermore, I also, transversely, cannot stand when people identify men as needing to be masculine. If we as women are constantly being put in a box, that if we have an actual moment or God forbid a feeling about something, that it's because we're a woman, and that if a man has an emotion and God forbid a sensitive feeling about something, that somehow diminishes his masculinity, it's crap. It's crap. You are allowed to have whatever emotional response you want in your life and it not be your branding. It is not what assigns your personality or who you are. And lastly, accepting and deciding to move on does not mean you're choosing to give up because you're weak. I faced this, I actually posted about this today, very recently when I made the decision with my husband to stop using our fertility drugs and stop going through that process. That's something that I felt about myself. I felt that if I decided to stop taking hormone injections every day, stop going to the doctor every day, stop giving blood every day, that somehow would be perceived as I was giving up. And people would say also, oh, well, that means she obviously doesn't want a baby that bad. One of the things that we as a society like to do is compartmentalize everything. Well, if we put them in this box, then that makes me feel comfortable. This goes all the way back to you are not responsible for how people feel about you. If they decide that they think you're too depressed, or they think that you're too sad, or you're too intense, or you're too happy, that's on them. That's not on you. So my decision to stop pursuing the infertility drugs and to stop watching my hair fall out in chunks every day, and to stop watching my body break out in acne, and stop being in depression all the time was my decision for me. And I was worried about other people, but that was on me. So just as other people feel comfortable by placing us in a box, you also place yourself in a box. So Sarah Silverman's Jedi mind trick on me, and the fact that I continued to let her quote reverberate in my mind for weeks on end about motherhood and about her wanting to live her best possible life was because that was me putting me in a box. That's where I am. That's where my direction, that's where I'm going in my life. And I want that for you too. I want you to be unapologetically yourself. I want you to be so uniquely you that it never occurs to you to be anything else. I want you to go balls to the wall on your life and be so you that it's natural every day. Yes, there's going to be instances of fear. Yes, there's going to be moments where you feel inhibited because what will people think? Oh my goodness, what will they think about me if I do that? Oh my goodness, what will they think about me if I fucking say that? Be yourself. Everything will fall into place. And, oh, thank you, Chelsea. Everything will fall into place. And in effort to not be afraid, I encourage you every single day to dive headfirst into your fear. Yes, there will be mistakes. Yes, there will be instances where you even question yourself. Makes me tear up thinking about doing that. Yes, it's a scary thing to dive headfirst into your fear. Believe me, when I made a decision to stop pursuing my infertility, I felt like I was letting myself down. I was letting my parents down. I was robbing them of the ability to be grandparents. I was letting my brothers down, my husband, everybody. But what it ultimately came down to was I could not live my best, most possible, fullest life, going back to Sarah Silverman's quote, I couldn't live that way if I continued to put myself in the box and live every day for everyone else. So I hope that you find this video helpful. I hope that you take the opportunity to really, as I always say, take a step back, embrace the moment of pause that you're having, look internally at how you feel about what's happening right now, this second in your life that's making you feel unfulfilled, that's making you feel sad, it's making you feel cheated, mad, all of these emotions, and allow yourself the opportunity to find what's going to pull you out of this. It won't be immediate, but it will happen. As long as you dive headfirst into your fear, you don't let anybody put you in a box, and that includes you. All right, guys, as always, I truly, truly appreciate you signing on. I already love you. My heart is already with you. Do not be afraid to pursue your journey. Throw me some hearts and some love. If you like this video, hop on over to Life with Shannon, throw me a like. Send me some comments or questions. If you have any feedback or you want to talk about something, you want to hear something, be given a dialogue, remember, it's only taboo if we don't talk about it. Be your most authentic self. Have a great day. Have a great week. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.